Hey, what's up YouTube? I am back again today, and today we are looking at triceps and what if you only have the cable machine to do them on. We've done a couple of these so far. We've done chest and I think we've done back as well. And basically the scenario is what happens if you walk into the gym, and especially as this is going to start coming up, it's going to start coming up because you know, we're going to get to Christmas and it's going to be that month after Christmas, 2 months after Christmas when it's completely full. So hopefully these videos will be helpful to you. But what happens if you walk in, the gym is super busy and the only piece of equipment you can use is the cables. How can you do exercises to fit the program that you're in or to substitute out for other exercises, things like that. So with that said, today we are looking at triceps. So just quick, what is a tricep? The tricep is the muscle on the back of the arm. It is it supports most of your push movements with your chest, and it's usually the supporting muscle. Things like bench press or even the overhead press, your triceps will be a supporting muscle for that exercise as well. Things like that. So with that said, let's get into first the exercises. Then I've got 2 tips for you to make those exercises harder and easier, or how to improve on those exercises so that you get more benefit from them. And then at the end I have a super quick superset for you to do, which is going to not only allow you to burn your triceps and get a really good pump, but it's going to allow you to work through failure on your triceps, through failure on the exercise, so that you can get an amazing breakdown of the muscle so that they can obviously grow back stronger and bigger. Okay, so our first exercise is going to be a very basic one. It is going to be the tricep pushdown. Now, this is usually the first exercise that in my opinion, I would get people to do for their triceps if they're new to training or newer to training. And this is because it's a very easy exercise. It allows you to use both your hands at the same time. It's literally just obviously standing. So just to explain the exercise, you're going to stand with the cable, with a bar on the cable attached. The cable is going to be up high. Both hands on, you're going to bring it down to 90 degrees. You want there to be a slight angle of the cable, so you don't want to be directly under the cable. You want to step back a little bit away from the cable. Not too much, just a little bit. And then you're going to push all the way down so that it comes down and you're effectively trying to flex your tricep. You're really trying to get the tricep into a really hard contraction. Then you bring it up, then you bring it back down, up and down. And that's basically how you perform the exercise. If you want to make it harder, you're just going to bring it up slower, so quick down and slow up. And the longer that you take to bring it up, the harder the exercise is going to be, because that's the eccentric part of the motion. Okay, so the next one is going to be basically the step harder than the last one we did. So this one is going to be the tricep extension. So this one's a bit harder because not only are you bringing it down, you're then bringing it out at the bottom. So effectively, I'll try and show you what I mean. Okay, so what you would do is you'd again bring it down to 90 degrees, and I forgot to mention as well, you want to kind of keep your shoulders back, so you don't want your arms drifting out in front of you. You want to keep them nice and back and to your side. So you're going to have the rope attachment for this one, and what you're going to do is you're going to bring it down like you would the tricep push down, but then you're going to try and bring it out. So you're trying to bring it down and out of the bottom, and you're really trying to almost like pull the rope apart at the bottom, really trying to pull it as hard as you can, get the triceps into a peak contraction, and then bring it up slowly and then bring it back down again. Okay, so that exercise is a little bit harder because not only are we bringing it down and up and using the triceps to move the weight, we are then also bringing it to the sides and really trying to push the triceps into as full an extension as we can. Okay, so my next one and my last exercise for you today for the cables is going to be the tricep kickback. Now, in my opinion, the tricep kickback is a really good exercise. I know there's a lot of people, I think Greg Doucette doesn't really like the tricep kickback. He says it's not a great exercise. In my opinion, it is, because it's really good at getting all 3 heads of the tricep to work together. And you can't necessarily add as much weight to it as you can the other 2 exercises, but in terms of getting everything to work together, in terms of getting your arm back and behind your body and then bringing the tricep into a section, it's a really good exercise. So what we're going to do for this one, well, okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to be facing the cable machine. You're going to have it up high. You're going to grab the cable and then you're going to lean down and you're going to bring your elbow to your side here. Then what you're going to do is when you're ready, you're just going to kick it all the way back so your elbow is then locked out, your tricep is into full extension behind you, and then you're going to bring it back and back into extension. It's a really good exercise. and it really makes all the triceps work together. Okay, so now with that said, let's have a look at how we can make these exercises harder or easier. So in my opinion, the reason why I love using cable is the fact that you can do single arm stuff and you can use your other arm usually to help you to assist the one that's working, to allow you to break through failure. And what I mean by this is if you're doing a single arm tricep push down, so normal push down obviously with 2 hands and with a bar, a single one is just going to be with the handle as your attachment, same position, up high, step a little bit away from the cable and push down. But when you get to failure, when you can't push this down anymore, you can place your hand either on top of your other hand and help yourself bring it all the way down, and then let this hand off and then slowly bring it back up. And you can repeat that once, twice, 3 times just to make sure, and basically it allows you to get really through failure. And then obviously you would switch hands, go for the other one, 1, 2, and then when you get to failure and you can't push it down, you do the same on the other one. Or your other option is to grab the cable. So you're here, if you don't like pushing down on your hand, for me it hurts a little bit to do it that way because of, my wrists are a bit cruddy, so when I push down here it places a little bit too much stress on there. So what I like to do is just grab the cable and help to pull it down, and then release and bring it back up slowly, and then grab the cable again and bring it back down. Also, another great tip to note is, obviously we've talked about this a lot on the channel, just the really basic ways to make exercises harder or easier is usually either to do like a half rep, then a full rep, then a half rep, and make that do like 1.5 reps as your each rep. So like with a tricep push down, you go 1, bring it up quarter of the way, go back down 2, and then bring it up full way. Or the other way would be to hold the contraction for longer, or as I said earlier, make the eccentric, so the bit where you're bringing it back up and the muscle is lengthening, harder or slower, sorry. So either you'd get to the bottom, hold the contraction for slightly longer, then bring it back up. And if you want to make it harder again with the eccentric, what you do is you just bring it back up slower. So rather than saying your tempo being like 1 second down, 2 seconds up, you might make it 1 second down, 3 seconds up, or 4 seconds up, and make it go really slow and really fight the weight going back up, and that's going to keep your muscles under tension for longer and therefore give you a better way of breaking down the muscle and then obviously making them bigger. Okay, so lastly I said I'd give you a superset. Now this one is great because it's going to allow you to work through failure, kind of 2 times effectively. So what you're going to do is you're going to start off with your normal tricep push down. So you're going to have the bar attachment here, elbows locked into the sides, and bring it down. Remembering, of course, to step a little bit away from the cable. I don't want anybody on top of the bar pushing it down like this. You need to be away so that your arms can be out in front of you, a slight angle at the cable, so then you can push it straight down. Once you have gone to failure on this and you cannot push it down, what you're going to do is bring it back up, take that attachment off, and put on a handle attachment, right? Throw that handle attachment on, then start with one arm, do 5 on one arm, bring it up, let go, put your other hand on, and do 5 on the other arm, and keep rotating until both arms have done the same amount of reps, but you can't do any more reps, right? Then what you do is you're going to bring it down, and for your last 5 reps on each arm, you're just going to cheat the weight down and do a slow eccentric back up, or doing it by the cable method, bring it back up. So effectively you work through failure twice, because not only did you fail on your normal tricep pushdowns, you've then moved to single arm. And I should mention as well, lighten the weight when you move to single arm. I meant to say that. Make sure you half the weight. So now you've gone to failure on this one and on this arm, and then you're going to go through failure again because you're going to help push it down for your last 5 reps on each arm. Cool, so I hope that was helpful for you guys. I am, as I said, going to try and make more of these videos, so if you are ever stuck with just being able to train with cables, or just being able to train with dumbbells, or just being able to train with a barbell, whatever, I can give you exercises for all the different muscle groups, and therefore you'll be able to complete your training even with the limited equipment available, or if you just can't get on any equipment because it is a super busy day at the gym. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you feel like it, if you want to, please leave a like at the at the bottom of the video. Just push it, just push the button, and subscribe as well if you want to. There is a bell as well, because there's so many things you have to click, right? But it does, I promise you, only take you like 15 seconds max to push all of them, so don't worry about it. And with that said, I hope to see you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed, as I said, and see you later.